Don't let anything pass you by. They say life is short. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can tell you the years go by quickly. Your youth won't go on forever. Seize the moment. As a man, that's what you should do. Seize the moment. It is a strange era we're in now, because when you look at the past and you look at the era of the conquerors, Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, Mansa Musa, you look at these folks, men wanted to be great. They wanted to be revered on the level of a god. They were willing to go to war to do such. They were willing to spill the blood of other men to do such, which is to say they embraced their own mortality. They were willing to kill so that they could live well and live in the memories of many peoples throughout the ages. How do you go from that era to now where guys are scared to talk to a fucking female? She rejected me. It hurt my feelings. She hurt my feelings.
There's a hater trying to hurt your feelings in here, and it's not going to work.
Oh, good. Put him on the screen. You know I love it. Put him on the screen. Yeah. This is Ryan Garcia. You think his name is actually Ryan Garcia?
No, it's probably the same person that's been blocked.
I see. This is Ryan Garcia. He writes, yeah. Well, gentlemen, I always ask you, politely, if you could write in proper English, it just helps us all. So in the future, just please, even your insults, just write it in proper formal English. Just for me. I appreciate you. The hater writes, yeah, you're definitely not nice looking, bald headed. Oh, man, I'm going to need you to do better than that. Good Lord. Come on. I'm the bald head lover. And, it just so happens I got more hoes than clothes. It just so happens my whole life. And I will note to you that they never slacked. The numbers never went down. You heard me? They've actually been going up. I got to tell you the truth. The count's been growing as time goes on. And I surmise it's because I'm becoming more known and prosperous, and those things help. I can't lie to you. Now, my advice, gentlemen, if you want to insult someone, you have to let me give you some advice on insulting, because I'm good at this. I have a talent for this. Ever since I was a kid, I kid you not, I got into a lot of fist fights, unnecessary ones, because when we were young, we call it bagging. You talk about somebody, you exchange jokes. African Americans, they call it playing the dozens. It's like you're insulting people. Mostly people would never insult me, or they would look me up and down. They couldn't find anything to say. And so I never got to enjoy this. But every now and then somebody would say something. I'd be like, in my head, I'd be like, yes. I've been waiting on this, because I'm very observant. And let me just give you a tip. What you do is, you take a full scan of the person and you try to notice something that no one else has noticed about them, something that's flawed or not quite right. And then you take that one thing and you know that they're insecure about it. And you hyper focus on it and you get repetitive about it, because you've made this small thing, which no one else noticed. That's why no one noticed, because it's small, and you magnify it, make it big. And then because it bothers them, you keep talking about it. So now you're tampering with their emotions. And as they react angrily, now you go from talking about this thing that's actually in reality small, but you've magnified it. Then you start talking about their emotions. You start stirring their emotions. The master Sun Tzu says, it is upon you to stir, but not be stirred, which is to say, my dear boy, I can stir you, but you can't stir me. I just happen to be a master of my emotions. And I also have tremendous confidence because I've come out of the mud and I'm here and I've done everything that you would like to do. So it's very difficult to get me mad. And what's more, let me tell you something. I heard this great comeback when I was in high school. Shout out to black folks. We're very clever. There's a young man who was about yay high. He's very short, but he's super player. Very short guy, super player. He was an upperclassman. At the time I was a freshman, he was like a sophomore. People were exchanging jokes and they cracked a joke on him. One, they were talking about his height, and then he had a keloid on his ear. Like this large concentration of flesh. It was not attractive at all. He was dating a bad chick and he was always super fresh. So somebody started like, look at that keloid on your ear. And they start going in about the keloid. And he says, hey, but check this out. He's like, but the thing is, I got this keloid because of X, Y, and Z. And, you're ugly. So if anything ever happened to you, you'd be down really bad. But just imagine how much of a boss I am. I got this keloid and I'm still getting, I got hoes. I'm the most popular dude. And I was just like, I like that. I like how he did that. I like how he set that up. So I say that to say this to you. You should really be thinking, okay, me being bald doesn't look good on me. Let's say this is true. Let's say it's true. I still got more hoes than clothes though. Like, goddamn, I'm still getting more women than you with a bald head like this. I must be a bad man. He right. Don't be mad, accept it where it's Oh, this guy has low IQ.
Accept.
Let me help you again, my boy. So number one, you're right. Don't be mad. There's a period after that sentence. That's one full sentence. Do not be mad. That's one sentence, period. And then you write accept. You have low IQ. The proper word is accept with an A. So that's the proper accept. You wrote accept with an E, which is like exception, right? Yeah, okay. So accept. So you're wrong is what I'm saying. You're wrong. Your English is really bad is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. His English is so bad it's fucking up my English. Goddamn. So anyways, you mean accept with an A. Accept it, period. And then you write where it's you. But you put it 2 times. What is this person? Fucking idiot?
I don't know. Tyler said he will give Ryan $10 to get on screen.
They would never. We'll give him one quick chance. I kind of enjoy this stuff. And Saints, it's because what I said, these are boys. And I want to remind you guys something. Men don't do things like this. This is very feminine because you see a woman, she knows she's inherently weaker. So in reality, a woman would never stand up to a man. A woman only stands up to a man within the confines of civilized society where she has protection, like the police, the government, things like that. But what she doesn't realize, there's some real savages out there that still slap you dead in your mouth. But the thing is, a woman has to hide behind screens and shadows. And this is what he's doing. He has no photo. He has a fake name and he won't come on screen. This is what they do.
He also said by your tone of voice, you can't fight.
I crush every bone known to scientists. That's cute, right? And Mike Tyson's tone of voice was the worst, right? Good Lord. Mike Tyson had the worst tone of voice. So this is mental illness, and this is good. This is a learning lesson. And I want you guys to know that as a man, I've never done anything like this in my whole life. As I told you guys, you should be doers of things, not observers. He's just an observer. This is just a stan right here. This is a stan/fan. He's an observer of life. I gave him a chance to be a doer. I said, come on screen. He won't come on screen. They never do. And one thing I want to remind you guys, you're going to have haters, and half the time is just wicked people. And I do believe that stupid people are wicked. Like, to have low intelligence is wicked because you don't have the intelligence to comprehend morality. You cannot comprehend right from wrong. So don't you ever try to take out your time and understand why haters are haters. Don't try to understand it. They're dumb. They're probably just too dumb. And they're suffering in their low position in life, and it's jealousy. It's stupidity that keeps them in a low position, and it's the lack of values and their jealousy that makes them hate you. So don't ever try to figure it out. There's nothing to figure out. They're just inferior, and that's why they're mad. There's nothing to figure out. And you're always going to have haters. There's good and there's bad. There's love and there's hate. There's something and there's the opposite. So don't ever try to go through life thinking you're going to go through without any jealousy. It is what it is. The only key is that when you get the opportunity, slap their helmet off.
He claims he has no problem calling in, but that was several minutes ago, and he's not attempted.
And he's not tried to call in. That's unfortunate. And the funny thing I also want you guys to observe is that it's often the blacks that do this. It's the blacks. What's old boy name? Jesse Lee Peterson. It's the blacks. Why do the blacks act like this? Every time you see somebody come on screen and get their ass roasted, it's the blacks. I'm like, God damn, what's up with y'all?
Z-Rack said he's actually good for the topic of the lecture.
He is. No, he is. He's a great example. He is not a man. Because a man would, not be in the comments acting like a... You've never seen me in the comments of anyone I don't like. You know why? My time is valuable. If I don't like what they're talking about, I surely don't want to listen to it. You heard me. And if I think they're not a quality person, I don't want to be among their audience because that's not my kind of energy. I would be misplaced. And as a man, I'm a producer, I'm an actor, I'm a doer. I want to get into action. If I don't like somebody, I'm trying to pull up. And I live in Las Vegas, the cheapest flights in the world to fly into Las Vegas. If you want to see me, you can for sure come see me.
Victor's back for the third time, said the way Saint systematically dismantled old boy in the studio apartment. I wouldn't click that link, Brian. Save your dignity.
Bruh, save it in a real way. And the funny thing too, when the guy says, I can tell from your tone that you can't fight. I can tell from your tone. See, we already know you didn't do your research on me. That's number one. Not only your research in terms of reading my book, The Black Box, which you can find on Amazon. You can read in there about a lot of hands I've thrown. Or just the fact that I live in Las Vegas and I box in Las Vegas, which is the fight capital of the world. So if I box in Las Vegas, like for sure, I can throw some hands. But to be honest with you, and I want to be honest with everyone, just so there's no surprises. If I don't respect you, throwing hands is the last thing I'm trying to do.
We have some respect. Ricardo, he's the one that was at the conference. Ricky.
Okay.
You know, he got 2 of the brown briefcases.
Okay.
He just got 2 of the blacks.
Word. Ballerism. You know, somebody else in the earlier stream just copped 2 of them as well. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to the ballers out here, man. Shout out to the ballers. Ricky, a real one, though.